In this video today, I'm going to give you over 40 years of experience and tell you the things I absolutely hate about living in Maryland. So if that's what you're looking for, stay tuned. We're getting after it right now. What is up, everyone? It's Adam from the Relentless Home Group of eXp Realty. Hey, if this is your first time to our channel and you're looking to learn all about life in Maryland, great news, you're in the right spot. We do videos talking about living here, working here, and most importantly, enjoying this amazing state and everything it has to offer. So if that is the information that you're looking for, look, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give the little bell a click. That way you're alerted every time we do another video just like this one. Now, right now, gotta be honest with you, we are receiving so many phone calls, text messages, and emails from folks all over the world looking to make a move to Maryland, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move, whether it's here in 9 days or 90 days, my team and I, hey, we'd love to help you out, but we just need one thing from you, and that's for you to start the conversation by reaching out to us. So please, give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, or fan us down with that smoke signal. However you need to get hold of us, we've got your back when moving to Maryland. So today's video, I'm breaking down the things I cannot stand about living here. And more importantly, for you all, I'm gonna reveal one that I've never shared before, and it's actually a personal one that really, quite honestly, frightens the crap out of me. So let's just jump into it and get started. Number one thing I hate, the traffic. Now, I've made mention of the traffic plenty of times in the past. Probably even my first video I talked about the traffic. But I want to dissect why we have a traffic problem in Maryland. And in reality, it comes down to this. We have so many people, 6.2 million people, packed into this itty bitty state we call Maryland and home. But what we're seeing is, and what the statistics say, is over 3.5 million, over 50% of the folks, live in one of 5 areas in the state. And ironically, what do they border? Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. So here's the good thing. If you stay out of those zones, you might be able to avoid some traffic. But let's just look at the stats and see what the stats say. Our heaviest populated area is Montgomery County, which is located on the western side of Washington, D.C. at 1.1 million people. Followed closely behind by its neighbor, Prince George's County, at 967,000 folks. So there you go. There's almost over 2 million people living in and around Washington, D.C. Actually, it doesn't include the folks that live in D.C. That's just in those 2 counties. And that's a third of the population of Maryland right there. Now let's go up the road. Let's head towards Baltimore. The next spot we're going to look at is Baltimore County. Baltimore County has 854,000 residents in the entire county. That does not include the folks inside Baltimore City. And you would think Baltimore City would be next, but it's not. Ironically, it's Anne Arundel County, which is located just south of Baltimore County, and they come in at a population of 588,000, followed again by Baltimore City at 585,000 folks. So there you go. I mean, almost 3.5 million people live in one of those 5 areas. So what does that tell you? If you can avoid living in one of those 5 areas, you're probably going to have a better chance of avoiding traffic nightmares like we see. I'm telling you guys, like, you got to go to DC. I think Christmas Day, the daggone Beltway is packed. I mean, it's just bonkers in DC, and there's never, ever a good time to get on that road. And personally, when I travel to points south, say like going down to Richmond, Virginia, or Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, I hit up Route 301 all the time, and I buzz down that, and it seems to help out a lot. So, little insider secret, some of you Marylanders are probably gonna get pissed that I'm telling folks this, but you're gonna sit in traffic lights on 301, but you're not gonna be sitting still like you would be on the DC Beltway. Oh, my friends, number 2. Please don't kill the messenger. It's the taxes here in the state. I can't stand it because, you know what? I feel like I'm just writing a check nonstop or paying a toll or doing something for my vehicle, paying some sort of tax. But we love taxes here in Maryland. Well, hold on. Residents don't like taxes. Maybe the politicians and government workers do because it pays their salary. But hey, it keeps up our roads, so I always try to put a spin on things here. So here's how it all shakes out. Let's start at income tax. Maryland is going to charge you a state income tax up to 5.75% of your income. And at 5.75%, that's for income earners over $250,000. Now, it doesn't stop there. Yeah, you're in Maryland. Welcome to Maryland, my friends. This is the truth. You're going to pay an additional 2.25% to 3.2% in local income tax to your county or the city that you live in. So how does it all shake out? Here's the deal. On the low end, if you make absolutely the minimum, your income tax is going to be 4.25% up to as high as 8.95% state income tax. Sorry, it's just the way it is. Now, does it get better? I don't know. Let's talk about what else is taxed. Anything that you buy in the store is pretty much going to be taxed with the sales tax at a rate of 6%. The only exception, the only thing that's not taxed presently, it may come and they may change this, who knows, is food.
Woohoo!
Now, it's only some food. It's only like the necessities of food. If you want to go get like a Gatorade or a candy bar at the grocery store, you're going to pay tax. But milk, eggs, those sorts of things, they're non-taxable. Laundry detergent, that's taxable. So not everything is tax-free in the grocery store. So let me preface that by telling you what we're not taxing here in the state of Maryland. Next thing, those of you that like to have a beverage or two on the weekends, when you go to the liquor store, you're going to pay a 9% tax on any alcohol sales. In addition to that, let's look at your home. The assessments vary from state to state, or not state to state rather, but county to county, and even if you're in one of the cities or local municipalities, they hover right around 1% of the assessed value is what your property taxes are going to be annually. Now, here's a caveat too. There are also some additional fees that the state taxed onto you when you live here in Maryland. Take, for example, the front foot assessment fee. For any new development or community that's been developed within the last, say, 30 years, you're going to pay a front foot assessment fee to reimburse the county or the developer, whoever put the sewer and water lines in to build the new subdivision or area that you're living in. You got to reimburse them for all of that infrastructure that they built. And what they do is they tack it onto your property tax bill as an additional fee each and every year. So I've seen them as low as about $70, but as high, like in parts of Montgomery County, $700 is what the front foot assessment fee is. So make sure when you're looking at property in Maryland, you get the full picture of what the property taxes are. Now, with that said, can there be more? Absolutely, there can be more. There's additional taxes if you live, like I mentioned, say in Baltimore City. You're not going to pay the state its tax, but you're going to pay the city property taxes. Conversely, if you live in a town, say like Westminster, Bel Air, Aberdeen, some of these other smaller towns within the state of Maryland, they also have a town tax that you're going to see a bill for each and every year. So the good news is they sort of back that off of your county property tax to sort of even things out for you, but it's an additional tax nevertheless. Some other fees that you can expect to pay. So for those of you that smoke, cigarette taxes or tobacco taxes are about $2 a pack. So that's going to add up real quickly. When you're coming here to the state of Maryland, hey, never a better time to save some money and kick the habit. But it doesn't get any better. You're going to get tolls going in and out of the tunnels. Over the bridges, you're going to get tolls. You're going to get assessments every 2 years to get the emissions in your car checked at the Motor Vehicle Administration. I mean, Y'all, I can make a whole video just about taxes and tell you every little thing that you're going to get nickel and dime for, but in reality, this is something I can't stand about Maryland. It's like we just want to keep taxing and taxing and taxing, and then there's nothing left for you to enjoy yourself here. All right, you've got the first two. You've got the population issue, coupled with traffic. You've got the taxes. Now I'm going to give you number three, and this is the gasoline that we're going to pour on that big old fire I just told you about. And that is the constant development in the state of Maryland. Here's the deal. If people can find a postage stamp lot to build a house on or a office complex, they're going to do it, especially in and around the Washington, D.C. area. I tell you, when I drive around the Beltway, and I try to do that as infrequently as possible, but when I do, I constantly see those like high-rise cranes putting up new buildings, and I'm like, what are you folks doing? This is just nonsense. They keep building and keep developing additional areas when we have a traffic problem. We don't have enough room for all of these folks. We have a land issue. Like, there's not enough space. And the most interesting part that I'm finding is with new home builders. So new home builders, check out what they're doing. They're getting smaller parcels of land, and when they subdivide them, they're trying to naturally jam in as many homes as possible, correct? And the footprints of the homes are becoming even smaller to coincide with the lot size, and you're seeing these homes that, quite honestly, just look like, how the heck are you gonna live in that thing when you're going up like 6 flights of stairs and this and that? I mean, it's like something out of Swiss Family Robinson. Might as well build a tree house or something. I don't know, but the stuff with builders these days, these homes are looking rather strange, quite frankly. And let's look at these home prices because they're out of control. We all know that. We've pretty much seen it all throughout the entire country. So the average home price per Zillow, hold on, you're gonna reference Zillow in one of your videos? Zillow says that the average price for a home in all of the US is $331,533. Now, how does Maryland stack up against that? Well, my friends, here's the deal. We're a little bit pricier, but we're not the worst. Maryland is the 11th most expensive state in the United States with an average home price for the entire state. So we're taking the expensive areas towards DC, factoring it in with stuff all the way up in the mountains in Allegheny County, all the way down to the beach in Ocean City. But the average home price is $373,264 as of the recording of this video. So what does that tell you? This is going to get a little pricey here. And you're not going to have that big lot that you probably have dreamed of unless you got a big check you want to write. Now, can you get something in one of the counties in between DC and Baltimore with some space? Most definitely. You're just going to have to write a bigger check for it. So just be prepared when making a move here that if you want space, there's a premium to be paid for it. Before I go along here, on to the next thing I don't like about Maryland, I want you to do me a favor. If you would, if you're finding value in this video, hit the like button down below. The reason I need you to do that is this. I want to help so many people learn all about this great state. I want them to learn the good, the bad, the ugly. And by you hitting that like button, it helps get this message out for other folks that are looking for content just like this. In addition to that, those of you that are coming to Maryland, I want you to put down below your biggest concern about coming to Maryland. Is it the affordability? Is it the gas prices? Is it the cost of car insurance? What is it that you're concerned about? Put it down below. Now, you local folks, look, we Marylanders, we stick together, and I need your help here. I want your perspective. I want you to say, hey, I don't like this about the state of Maryland. That way, the folks that are coming in from out of town, they can learn more about what's going on here. And they're not just hearing from me, they're hearing from all of you that live here already. So if you would, I would greatly appreciate it. And those of you that do put comments there and have questions, I'll do my best, but I know there's other Marylanders out there that got your back that will try to answer your questions as well. So with that said, let's go on into the next thing I don't like about the state of Maryland is the humidity in the summertime. It quite honestly becomes gross here. So that starts typically right around the beginning of June and lasts all the way up to about mid-September. And what we'll see here, not only are the changing temperatures from day to day, but you're gonna see temperatures get as high as triple digits, well over 100 degrees with 100% humidity. And you're gonna be like just choking to walk outside to get your mail. Now, those of you down in Florida, I can see you. I see you. You're laughing. You're laughing because y'all deal with this like all throughout the year. But here in Maryland, it's sort of the seasonal humidity, and we don't like it. So here's my words of wisdom for you. Those of you that are coming from, say, somewhere up north or don't have or are used to humidity issues. Pack a bag in your car with a good change of clothes, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to be getting together with your husband, your wife, whatever. Y'all are going to go out to dinner on this beautiful evening, coming out of your wonderfully air-conditioned home. And you know what? You're going to get to the restaurant and you're going to be soaked. Your clothes are going to be so soggy, you're going to have swamp ass from your seat, and you'll be walking into dinner at a nice place looking all sloppy. I'm telling you right now, just go ahead, put a change of clothes in your car, because at some point you're going to need it because of the humidity here. Next item, look, it's one that I really dislike about the state of Maryland, and it's one that I'm a little bit intimidated to tell you, to be honest with you. It is this. It's the bridges in the state of Maryland. We have some massive waterways here in the state, and we've got to get over these waterways, right? But we have to play nice in the waterway sandbox, and we've got to let the boats go through. So what do? We build gigantic tall bridges over things like the Chesapeake Bay or the Susquehanna River and so many more. And if you don't like heights and don't like bridges, you will not like the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. This thing, I'm telling you, when I go on it, and I do everything in my power to avoid the daggone thing, I'm at like 10 and 2 and got the air conditioning on to cool me off, but I still end up fogging the windows because I am a nervous wreck when I go over the Bay Bridge. Now, is the Bay Bridge the only bridge in the state that's going to cause you fear or anxiety if you have something like that? No, not really. If you travel on Interstate 695 each and every day down on the southeastern side near Dundalk, you have the Key Bridge, which is right at the mouth of the Baltimore harbor. In addition to that, if you go up 95 to points north like Philly and New York, you're going to have to go over the Susquehanna Bridge on Interstate 95, which is between Hartford and Cecil County. And then there's also the bridge on Route 301 going into Virginia. If you were taking that little shortcut that I was telling you about way back in the beginning about traffic, well, you've got to go over. Somebody jump in here, if you would, put it in the comments below. What's the name of that bridge on 301 that goes into Virginia? But that bridge, it's sort of like a roller coaster because you're kind of going straight up and you can't even see the top of it, and then you come down. And then the final bridge in Maryland, and thankfully on this final bridge, at least right now, they don't charge you a toll. It's over the C&O Canal in Cecil County going into Chesapeake City. That bridge sort of looks like, it's like the Stairway to Heaven bridge is what it appears to be to me. So those of you that don't like bridges, I hate to break it to you, we got a lot of water here and we got a lot of bridges you may have to go over. So there you go. Those are a few things that I really dislike about the state of Maryland. Now with that said, there's so many more that I can list out here that I absolutely love about the state. So if you are relocating or moving within the state, as I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, my team and I, hey, we would love to help you out and be a part of your transition and make it a smooth one and help you find a great place to live. But we just need one thing from you, and that's for you to start the conversation by reaching out to us. So please give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, or fan us down with the smoke signal. However you need to get hold of us, look, we got your back when moving here to Maryland. From Baltimore, down the bay, over the Bay Bridge, all the way down to the eastern shore in the beaches of Ocean City, we got you covered. Till the next video, I will catch you later.